I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. The more I see you, the more that it becomes so true. There ain't no other for me, it's only you. I wanna guide you with what you know. It's just me, you alone, you're lonely, alone. Getting slowly, you know me, yeah. Meditate, you can take me to a place. Welcome back to Miss Joan Uncut with me, your host, Miss Joan, back with another video. I want to thank everyone who has been supporting me, showing up, commenting, letting me know that you still into what I do, and I appreciate you. You know how we do over here. We spectate. We do not in any means participate in any of the drama. We don't do that here. And you know how we do. We're just going to jump right into it. Child. So look, listen here. This is more so what we're going to call like a little run through, an update. You know, just to give you a little bit of tea here and there that's been dropping. You know, it's been a busy week. A lot has been happening, but I just felt it was pretty much best to just give a little bit of something. Okay. All right. So what we're going to start off with today. So I know, you know, over the week, a lot of stuff has happened. I do want to go ahead and bring up, because I've been told by multiple peoples in my comment section that they already knew, but I recently learned that Jaguar Wright child is supposed to be taking lithium. Okay, that's the medication she's supposed to be taking. Now, we learned this from, well, I was going to say allegedly to protect everybody, and allegedly this came from OG Patrice, okay, over on Kimmie's panel. But let's go ahead and read a little bit about lithium. So lithium is a mood stabilizing medicine used to treat certain mental illnesses, such as mania, feeling highly excited or overactive or distracted, hypomania, like mania but less severe, bipolar disorder, where your mood changes between feeling very high mania and very low depression. Child, that sounds just like Jag. We can all agree on that. We can all agree on that. It sounds exactly like her. It makes sense why sometimes she thinks she's being followed. Why 1 minute she's like super hyped up, the next minute she sounds like she's been tranquilized. Child, we have a person who's supposed to be taking lithium running free on these streets, and y'all don't seem to be concerned. Okay, we're gonna move around. We're gonna move along. So pretty much, if you could tell that this video is pretty much about Kimmie and OG Patrice. So they've been going, when Kimmie go live, OG Patrice have been joining her panel, and they've been having some really good conversations, right? And let me just go ahead and start off by saying I really like their dynamic together on a panel. The way them two pretty much bounce off each other, I think because they know each other personally, they've been around each other, and they've experienced Jag in person. They have more of that just authentic connection. And I must say, when it's just them two, no shade to nobody else, I'm just telling you from my perspective. This is just my opinion, right? And opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. But I personally feel them two together do very well. I think maybe they're close in age, and they just have a lot of similarities. And if I'm not mistaken, they both Leos. So yeah, that makes sense too. So what we're going to go ahead is, earlier this week, OG Patrice announced that she was no longer working with BB Films, right? So she goes to say respectfully, because I do like OG Patrice, I really do. She's a very ladylike, very classy, how she carry herself, even when she get into your ass, child, she does it with such grace. So I do like her. Okay, let me just put that out there first. Now, what I'm going to say next is, she did state that she no longer will be working with BB Films, and that she claims it wasn't over Jag. What happened is, while she was over, I believe, on Miss Cat Producer's panel on one of her lives, when it was her, Cat, and Big Homie, they was getting into Jag's ass, I guess she pulled up some pictures of where Jag was staying. And you know how YouTube subscribers are, or trolls, baby, somebody zoomed in on that address and somehow located the place And if I'm not mistaken, this did come from her mouth on Kimmie's panel that someone called the Popo child. Somebody called the police. And had the police sent over there. And so she goes to say that she did speak to John and that she did apologize, but he did not accept the apology, right? And she said she's okay with that, but she wanted us to know that this was not over Jag. Again, she said the reason why she no longer will be working with BB Films is not over Jag. It is over the things that she did that was about Jag. I mean, there's really no way around that. Now y'all know me, I'm gonna keep it actual factual. You know, it's nothing personal. You know, I just call it how I see it. You did lose it over Jag. You was so focused on getting her ass that you even admitted that you didn't do good with covering the address, so somebody caught it. But it was over Jag. Let that sit right there. Because it was over Jag. Okay, so we're going to move on, right? So then earlier this week, Kimmie pretty much comes out and let us know that she now owns the Gold Shoe, Gold Hair song that Jaguar Wright has made, right? Y'all know the song. And baby, when I say Kimmie got to pulling up screenshots, child, and she got it registered through the ASCAP, and she was letting everybody know that is now her song only. And if Jag plays it, she gonna strike her ass. Okay? And I was sitting here like, well, damn. Now that is, ladies and gentlemen, that is what you call a chess move. That is what you call strategically thinking. Yeah, lean on in. That is what you call, I'm gonna fuck with you because you fucked with me. Excuse my language. And so Kimmie was basking in that ambience. Baby, she was playing that song and she had everybody telling her to play that song. And they was cash apping her to play that song. And Kimmie just knew that if any time and anywhere Jag play that song is hers and she gonna strike her ass. Well, shout out to Danny Robinson. Shout out to the Avengers. She was clearly in the bushes, or maybe one of her Avengers let her know. Danny cleared the air for us. And so I'm going to go ahead and read you her post in reference to Kimmie owning that song. Respect Danny. So on her wall, she did state, that is not how copyright works. Jag and whoever creatively produced the song own the rights to it. You cannot take someone else's song, content, or submit it to Copyright Office. That is a false claim of ownership. Jag/producers of the song own both the demo and the final copy. Unless you created the content and/or have exclusive rights over it, you can't submit it to the U.S. Copyright Office. If you do, that's fraud and misrepresentation. I don't fuck with Jag, but the truth is the truth. She can't be struck for her own music. That will be a false strike. Yeah. And so people were going back to Kimmie reporting this, and Kimmie pretty much, you know what I'm saying, let us know, fuck what you say is my song. I own this song. Baby, when Danny posted that, I was like, baby, the more you know. That's some education for your ass. But I'm not in the business of creating nothing that ain't there. So I'm just going to say, pop goes the Weezer because the Weezer go pop. And I'm going to move it right along. Okay. So then today, Kimmie was live early. And we learned that Kimmie did have a 6-hour live the day before. And towards the end of that live, someone came up and they chrono bombed her. They P-bombed her. Okay, porn bombed her. And she had to take down that whole live. And because YouTube wouldn't let her edit it, she had to just take the whole video down together. Now, I rewind and I rewind. I was trying to make sure. I believe they say it was done by Beautiful Enigma. And she did drop down in the chat and apologize and offer $2 to Kimmie for the misunderstanding. $2. Just two. Not uno, but dos. Dos. And then later on, I found out that when she went over, now this is allegedly Beautiful Enigma. If I'm wrong, let me know. Y'all know how. Please keep me honest. Please keep me honest, supporters. Okay. Beautiful Enigma went over to Jag's platform later today, baby, and Jag gave her a wrench for that proto bind. And I said, now, either that was a setup or it just played in her. Look, all I know is that's why it's called banners. So here's my thing. Nobody warned Kimmie. All y'all supporters over there, people who've been on YouTube since ACDC, all that time, nobody wanted to tell that lady how it goes. Okay, so let me help you out, Kimmie. Yeah, this is not new to me. So let me help out. Once you hit a certain part in where you at, Kimmie, depending on you, that's on anybody. Once you put that Orlando Brown post up and he shouted you out, I knew then. I said, oh yeah, they about to target her. There are people who sit on YouTube, and if they feel like you're feeling too much about yourself, if you feel like, and they don't like you, or they feel like you need to be knocked down a peg, they will try to porn bomb you. They will start flagging you, doing false flags, trying to have all your content child restricted. They will constantly try to disrupt your chat. Now, granted, we all know there's trolls around, but this is like a whole nother level. And you saw what happened, right? So, girl, keep your dukes up at all times, because you are a target, girl. You are a target. And that was just the beginning. That was just the beginning. Okay? That's my word of the wise. You know, you learn. I'm just saying. So then the live goes on to where baby Kimmie ends up playing us a recording. She ends up playing us a recording. And in this recording, which Jag sent her, and this recording is a private, and it wasn't nothing too scandalous, but it was a private conversation between Jag and an attorney by the name of Richard Harris. Child, Kimmie pulled up the man's phone number, picture, all his information, and she called this man live. Called his office, and then left a voicemail because she didn't get through. But then spoke to, I guess, like the receptionist, who was then wired, forward to his receptionist. And he was in a meeting, and he was gonna get back to her. And I was like, now before this, Kimmie kept playing the recording herself. So the first thing I thought is that attorney client privilege type recording? And then Jag recorded it. So can she even do that? So, I researched, and it is based on state, but it did say something in the realm that a third party have to be given consent to play any recording. Kimmie would be the third party. Look, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. I didn't dig that deep because I wasn't that invested. I was just curious. And all I know is that was a big risk to take playing that recording, because him being an attorney, if he knew you were playing that on I don't understand the need to want to take Jag down this bad, that you will risk all your hard work. But that's neither here or there. That has nothing to do with me. That's why I stopped playing other people's content like that, because y'all won't be striking me or willy-nilly. Okay, we're gonna move that along. So then, pretty much in the middle of all this, somebody ran back and told Jag. Jag drops down in Kimmie's chat. Jag is like, baby, you Kimmie hacked her files. I said, Jag will say anything. Girl, there ain't nobody hacked your thing. Ain't nobody over here mission motherfucking impossible, girl. Ain't nobody over here 00 motherfucking 7, girl. Ain't nobody over here hacking a goddamn thing. Jag, baby, you gotta think before you talk. I thought I got a tickle out of that. Okay, so then the live go on for some time, and then to my surprise, around 1:30 ish, guess who get a phone call, child? Kimmie gets a phone phone call from Rich Harris, the attorney, in the recording that Kimmie kept playing. Now, let me go ahead and mention this. Kimmie even went out her way to call her daughter and asked her daughter for advice on live, like, hey, do you think I should record the call? You know, when I talk to him, and I, do you think it's illegal to play the recording? And the daughter was just like, I don't think you should do that. Now, I don't think she meant just don't play the conversation between you and him. I think she also meant just don't take a chance on playing that recording, period. She mama gonna do what mama want to do. So anyway, the man calls Kimmie back. Kimmie did mute her mic. We don't hear the conversation. We do hear him say hello, though. We hear him say, hey, this is Rich Harris. You called. Kimmie put it on mute. When she came back, she was pretty much laughing like, Jag, he said that he'll never deal with your ass again. Well, she said deal with you again. I added the ass part. And what was the point of her doing that? Like sending her the recordings. And pretty much Kimmie was like, he has nothing else to do with you. Try to call him now, Jag. I said, checkmate again, bitch. That's one of her alliance. That's one of her many connections. Jag have connections, right? And this clearly was an attorney. Maybe he gave her free legal advice. Maybe this is someone who had connections to other people in the law. Yeah, all I know is Kimmie deaded that. So that's like strike 2 in 1 week. Jag, they are handling your ass, ma'am. You can say whatever you want, boo. But not even your Kool-Aid crew can help you out of this. Like, they're handling your ass very well. So then we're going to go ahead. They go to start having now. This is OG Patrice and Kimmie. They go to have a conversation, a casual conversation just about how Jag is with men. So they go to explain how, like, Johnny, it was true what John said about how Jag needed to get back to Las Vegas. He'll put her shit out on the lawn. And they go to say that at this time, Jag was trying to quickly rush in and move in with this African name by the name of Boomy. And this is why they believe she was trying to move in on Sip the way she was. I got a question. Now, listening to their live today, it is somewhat my understanding that Johnny has put a lot of money into Jag. So this is like an investment for him, right? But for a man to say, if you don't get back here, I'm going to put your shit on the lawn. I was like, is Jag paying him by fucking him? I don't know. Maybe not. That's weird. But as OG Patrice went to explain a little bit more, I guess it made sense. So we're going to go ahead. So remember back when Jag was on the phone with Sip, or on the live with Sip, and kept saying she had a man about to come pick her up in a Bentley? Well, OG Patrice go ahead to let us know that the man in the Bentley name was H. Ryder. And he used to be part of the Outlaws and friends with Tupac. And that man was not paying Jag any mind. And that Jag kept trying to throw the cooch at him. And he was dodging it and blocking it and moving and scooting from it all kind of ways. And was like, you got to be quicker than that. I was like, Jag, these men do not want you to wait. These rich men don't want that poor pussy, girl. They don't want that poor pussy. They don't want that. Nope, it's 2024, girl. They can have rich pussy, they can have young pussy, they can have old pussy with old money, but they don't want broke pussy with a broke bitch. Okay, we're gonna move it right along. I hope that wasn't too mean, guys. So then pretty much Kimmie let us know that when Jag did that Chris Gotti interview, she called Kimmie up, whispering, acting all fucking talk about she been compromised. And that Chris Gotti was on his way driving to go take out Sam. Now, I'm assuming Sam Singer. I'm assuming Sam Singer. Why would that man... Y'all know I don't believe that shit, right? Okay. But why the fuck out of all people would that man want... Lithium, y'all. Lithium. We just gonna say that. So then after listening and hearing Kimmie and OG Patrice talk, throughout the live about how helpful Kimmie was when she was out in Vegas with Jag, and how helpful she was to the studio also, it kind of dinged on me. I said, this is when Jag decided she wanted to drop Kimmie, because Jag cannot stand, when somebody's more liked than she is. Jag does not do well with being overlooked. Okay, she feels like because y'all wouldn't even know her if it wasn't for me. Y'all know how she do. She feel like because people wouldn't know who they are because of her, that people shouldn't even acknowledge them, right, once she's done with them. So then OG Patrice come out to explain that Jag is an ROI, y'all. She's an ROI. She is a return on investment hoe. What this means is this man has put so much money invested into Jaguar Wright that he is determined to squeeze as much work out of her ass. What did OG Patrice keep saying? Jag, you better produce. So though she have him wait for hours, though they say she is like horrible to get ready, she's like 2-3 hours late always. Yeah, Jag is working off her debt. She's an ROI hoe, return on investment. There you go. We're gonna leave that right there too. So then OG Patrice goes to talk about how she, at one time, child, she walked in a room in Arizona in a hotel, and she wasn't looking for it. She was, hey, hi y'all. And she sat down at a table, looked over, and she saw some white powder. So everybody in the chat like, well, what was the white powder? She said, I already told y'all what it was. It was powder. And so it was like a whole guess what drug it is. So you had people throwing all the names, but we pretty much get the gist. It was white girl. It was the powder, right? So she goes to kind of explain later on that later on down the line, Goomba saw that she saw it. He covered it. Later on, somewhere down the line, Jag ended up in the hospital. She kind of pulled Goomba to the side, like, hey, I saw that, what that was. And he goes pretty much to go, yeah, that's what it was. So now I ain't gonna say OG Patrice's, but it is speculation that Jag do more than smoke weed. Now she made it clear she ain't see Jag do it. She just saw it on the table. But all we know is somebody like to do some powder. I don't know who. Goomba admitted, Okay, we're gonna move right along. So later on down, baby, we learn that Jag met a new friend in the little complex that she stays in. She met a stud child, and that's her new friend. I said, not this shit again. Here we go. Not this shit again. We already went through it with one stud. We didn't went through it with one lesbian relationship with Jag. Baby, please no more. Please no more. Jag, give your cooch a break, girl. Just chill out. So pretty much I sum this all to say, thank you for watching. I sum this all up to say, are y'all willing to go down with Jag? Because, Jag has nothing to lose. Let me know below in the comments. Do y'all think Jag is worth losing anything for? Even your sanity, your peace of mind. I mean, I get it, it's content. But y'all are out here, y'all are calling up people, you're doxing locations, you're releasing private calls and recordings, all to take down Jaguar Wright, who has a pot to piss in. Is it just me? Is it just me? Jag is not worth this. I get Jag did y'all dirty. Curse her out, embarrass her, take her numbers. But when y'all start involving outside people, it just get real messy real quick. It's a lot. But you can't tell a person how to fight when their feelings been hurt. So, to each his own. I'm going to keep on talking about it as long as y'all keep on doing it. But you know how we do over here. If you are a real one and lasted through the end of the video, I appreciate you. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment below. Let me know what this week has really just had you looking sideways. I mean, at anybody. Like, what's y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I feel like it's drying up. It's slowing down. But what's y'all feeling? I'm trying to tap in with y'all. How are y'all doing this week? Are y'all doing well? Just let me know below in the comment section. And you know how we do over here. I appreciate y'all. Have a blessed rest of y'all week and smooches. I